Despite dire warnings about Canadians' personal debt levels, a new survey on financial literacy has some surprising results. The global survey by Standard & Poor's says Canadians rank very high in financial literacy, tying for fourth place with Israel, coming in just behind Norway, Denmark, and Sweden. The U.S. stands at number 14. To be labeled financially literate, the participants had to correctly answer 3 out of 5 questions related to investment diversification, inflation, interest rates, and compound interest. The survey found just 1/3 of adults globally would be considered financially literate, with men rating higher than women. Bruce Sellery is a columnist with Money Sense, and he gets the last word.
I don't believe it for a second. You read that headline and you think, oh, that's good news. Canadians are really financially literate. Let's thumbs up for us. I don't buy it for a second.
Why not?
I really don't. Because it's not what I see, and it's not what the other data points in the marketplace would say. I think there is an enormous disconnect between financial literacy and behavior. And really what we want as Canadians is for people to do the right things, not know about the right things. And here's the example, health. When we talk about health concerns in North America, we don't measure health literacy. Do you know what a carrot is? Do you know how to make quinoa? We measure actual health or behavior. We measure BMI. We measure things like that. And so in this case, I think we are not measuring the correct thing. It isn't pointing to some of the underlying concerns that I have. Here are some of the metrics that freak me out. The average balance on a credit card in Canada. Any idea?
$2,000.
$3,500 bucks. So $3,500 is the average. Think of how much interest people are paying that they wouldn't be paying if they had reduced that to zero. RSP utilization amongst Canadian taxpayers under 25%. The debt to income ratio 160%. And then this is anecdotal, but if you talk to the average Canadian about money, what are they going to say? I'm anxious about it. Many people are anxious about it, and it is the #1 stressor for people's marriages. And these are the kinds of things that really freak me out. That headline seems to say, oh, don't worry, next year let's not have Financial Literacy Month. Let's do something else. Let's focus on bacon.
So you're basically saying, if you use the food analogy,
yeah.
Well, I know that chocolate's not good for me. I know bacon's not good for me.
Could I have some bacon-covered chocolate, please?
Exactly. That we know these things, but people aren't always on diets or exercising or behaving properly because, hello, we're human beings.
Yes.
And
we want our chocolate. Give me the chocolate.
Well, and we want to charge up our credit cards.
We do, for lots of reasons. Now, I will say the relative performance of Canada in the marketplace, the global marketplace, is encouraging. We're practically Scandinavian in terms of our financial literacy. And there were some interesting insights in the body of the study. For example, how tight a correlation there is to availability of certain financial services and literacy. So in India, for example, 47% of adults lack a bank account. And those people, very few of them are financially literate. So in developing countries, you say, great, well, there's some infrastructure and some tools that we could make available to people that would enable them to do more smart things with their money. So that's good. But here in Canada, I don't know, this is an area that I focus on a lot, and a headline like that makes me think the job is almost done, which is certainly not my experience of the world.
So, but you're not necessarily disputing the findings of this study. Like, they may have indeed found that people could answer 3 out of those 5 questions accurately, and they know about compound interest, and they know about inflation or whatever. Your beef is just, please don't try and tell Canadians that they're doing okay financially?
Yes, because sure, I'm not going to dispute the survey. I wasn't on the phone when those calls were made, but I think the takeaway should not be, let's take our foot off the accelerator, this is done. Now, the questions are good. So there's the diversification one, as you mentioned. There's ones about inflation. The questions, though, that I really, really want people to know the answer to are not theoretical concepts. They're questions about their own life. So #1, are you earning more than you're spending? Yes or no? A lot of people either don't know that or they don't have a way to improve revenue and cut spending. #2, have you eliminated all of your high interest debt? All of it. That question is a really, really powerful question because people look at their bank account and go, no. And then I say, great, well, what's your plan to get on that?
Well, and actually, those questions you're suggesting mean that you would have better financial behavior. That's more about your behavior than your knowledge.
Yes.
And literacy, you would think, also is going to relate to behavior.
Yeah, and behavior trumps knowledge 11 times out of 10.
Sorry, say that again?
Behavior trumps knowledge. I want people to behave properly, behave in a way that's in their interest. Whether they know the theoretical notions of it, I'm indifferent to. I want them to behave in a way that gives them the life that they want.
And you want them, what do you want them to do besides buy your books?
Yeah, I don't care. They buy my books, whatever. I think I get $2. So not really that big of an idea. I want them to watch this program. I love this program.
Yes, that's an excellent piece of advice. Pay attention to that one there.